Hey everybody, we are back for round 2 FNM here at GameSwap Mason, brought to you by Top Deck Productions. We've got another mono red deck for you.
Nice.
This time it's Skred. And we're playing against Grixis Death Shadow, which hopefully will put up a better showing than Esper Mirror stuff.
Against mono red that we saw last round. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our brief Eldrazi intermission. That was very miserable for me.
Oh yeah, that was
probably great fun.
Blood Sun's a hell of a card, folks. So
we got turn one Thoughtseize here.
This matchup seems pretty favorable for Nate, just because you grind a little better. But Joey has really good threats against Grixis.
Yeah, I mean even in his hand here, that Eternal Scourge seems pretty strong.
Yeah, Eternal Scourge seems really strong. Storm Breath Dragon seems really strong.
Yeah. Yeah, Storm Breath can definitely close the game.
Chandra and Koth are, Grixis is not great against Planeswalkers. You can Stubborn Denial them.
Right.
But they can be tough to take on early.
So Nate decided to take the Relic there. Just in the blue, that kind of indicates that he's probably trying to get out a Delve creature, which he actually is. He has a Gurmag Angler in hand.
Do we have a Thought Scour to back this up?
I think he actually might not have a second land.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Looks like he's got triple Fatal Push on Ops and some card manipulation, but no blue mana.
Yeah, sometimes Double Street Wraith does not get you your land.
Wait, another Opt.
Oh,
Yikes.
we have to go to this card, don't we?
I think we do.
Well, if we do that enough times, we can just cast Gurmag Angler.
Not quite. I guess he's at 7. Now Joey can just cast his oh
jeez.
His Blood Moon. Oh man.
Is he casting Eternal Scourge or Blood Moon?
Oh no, he decided not to cast the Blood Moon. He's going to go with Mind Stone first. Blood Moon. Okay, makes sense.
Woo.
Well, Nate better hopes he finds his basic Islander. This one's about over. There's an Inquisition, which he can cast at least.
Fine, yeah. So he is getting closer to Gurmag, and Joey only has 3 Snowlands right now.
Right.
So Skred wouldn't even be able to kill Gurmag. I wonder if we see a Gurmag land here and then watch it hit face 4 times. What are the odds?
Well, Joey's up to 5 snow permanents, or 4, I mean, and he also has another mountain.
Yeah.
And he just Pink Kiernalar.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. there was a glimmer of hope there, but it was quickly squashed.
Poor Nate. Oh, man. This is hard to watch, folks.
Oh, and there is that second mana, but it's not going to do much here under Blood Moon. I think Nate might actually have 2 Gurmag Anglers in hand as well. Or maybe. I don't know. Fatal Push also not great when you can't crack your fetch lands through Blood Moon. Yeah, just going to have to use that to take out a Thopter there. Definitely not great, but kind of surprised Joey didn't sacrifice the Thopter there, but so he just passes his turn. Nate found yet another land, but I think it might be too late here.
Yeah, Nate's feeling a little bit tilted here.
He can cast the Anger. Joey does now have 5 snow lands, so Skred will take that out. Instead, he's going to crack his Mind Stone. And there is Skred killing the Angler. So Joey gets on tap here. Very comfortably ahead, and this one will be over in short order.
Joey does have 3 lands in hand. So if Nate draws like basic island, he could come back.
Oh, or Kolaghan's Command actually.
He could cast Kolaghan's.
Yeah, right. He can destroy PN Kieran and the Thopter.
Yeah, or is there some relevant... Okay.
Get back Gurmag.
I was going to say, get back Gurmag seems not terrible.
He's still having a little bit of difficulty to get cards in his graveyard since he can't cast anything.
Yeah, I mean, Joey's sitting on triple mountain. This might not be over. Like I said, if Nate top decks basic island, we could have a game. But if Joey tops deck like a Planeswalker at any time, it's just over. And that might be it. Oh, too bad we used our Kolaghan's command already.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Man, that might be a reason to save things for instant speed. But
if we had the Kolaghan's command.
Yikes.
Oh, baby. So if we have the second Kolaghan's command main deck, which is not likely, I don't think, but. Okay,
sure,
so Fatal Push the Germ.
Take out the Germ.
Joey should equip second main phase, right?
He could also bounce and replay it if he wants, I think. No, he doesn't have quite enough mana, yeah.
I think you just equip it to this Thopter.
You could also play Eternal Scourge and equip it to that.
Sure. Is it 4 to equip?
I think so. Maybe 5, actually. I don't know. I decided to pass the turn.
I think it's 5 to play, 4 to equip, 3 to return.
And Nate found a Godless Shrine, which does come in untapped thanks to Blood Moon. So 2, 3, 4. He does have enough to cast another angler.
Oh, our streamer is telling us something interesting. If you equip a Batter Skull to a Eternal Scourge, does it get exiled? Is it targeted by any spell or ability?
That yeah, maybe maybe. I don't know. I thought it might have been just opponent's control, but yeah, you might be right actually.
Okay, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is opponent's control.
Okay, so instead regardless, we equipped it to the Thopter, got in the air for.
So
5?
top deck Colligans is still solid here.
But
All right.
5 blue spells, unfortunately not.
Well, Nate was actually even way
Right.
beyond the time that should have been over. Nate was not
Yeah,
that
he-
far.
he
I mean, Joey
kept it in a little
top
bit.
decking all those mountains was real bad. I mean, that almost could have swung.
Right. So this is a question. The scrying sheets is still considered a snow permanent with Blood Moon in play.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I thought.
yeah. I believe it's
Because that was actually relevant there. That was his 5th
It's a
snow permanent.
non-basic snow mountain
Okay.
at that point. You mean you're saying he wouldn't have been able to Skred the angler?
Right,
Yeah.
he
No,
would-
it's still
yeah.
it's still a snow permanent.
All right. Well, Blood Moon was very strong there, but now that Nate knows to play around it, I wonder. Wonder how
Yeah,
we'll see the,
Stubborn Isles good here. It's very good in the matchup anyway because it hits Blood Moon, Skred, and all the walkers, and things like Batter Skull.
Right.
So I'm thinking that Nate's not too worried about that. He'll probably bring in all the copies that he has. If
Yeah.
he has like 2 or 3 main, he might bring in the 3rd or 4th one.
Probably wants more Colligan's commands as well.
Yeah,
They seem very
Colligan.
good
If he
here.
has a second Colligan's in the sideboard, that could be good.
How does he? Can Nate take deal with Storm Breath? I guess he can dismember it.
You can't really. Yeah, Dismember or Terminate. Hopefully Nate's playing Dismember. I think Dismember is just a lot better right now than Terminate.
Sure.
Dismember's got a lot of cool tricks you can do with it, and of
Yeah,
course
especially
it's
in
1
Death
mana.
Shadow.
Yeah, but so Dismember's a fine answer to Storm Breath. But yeah, I mean generally Storm Breath is a house in the matchup. Chandra's also crazy good for Joey, but like we said, Stubborn Isle takes care of that decently.
Yeah.
Joey's gonna. It's interesting. Like, does Joey want Blood Moon on the draw here? I think you bring him back in on game 3 for the play, and because
I don't know.
if
You
you
could
don't play any game 2, your opponent might not play around it in game 3.
Sure.
But
Yeah, you could do something like that. You could just leave them in because they're still pretty good. Even your opponent only has 2 basics in their whole deck, probably.
Yeah, but
so.
they got 11 or 12 shot or fetch lands. Like, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, I guess it's still good, even if you're not cheesing them for the basics. You prevent them from tanking their life total for Shadow, so maybe that's
Right.
still worth
Yeah.
leaving. I definitely want them on the play, but on the draw here it seems a little less good. Because they'll be, on the play you can take your life total so low just by turn 3 with 3 fetch lands. So I don't know. This is a tough call. I wonder if Joey took him
Also,
out.
Justin, can you adjust Nate's name so it's spelled correctly?
Yeah, Nate's name is not an anagram for the past participle of eat,
Nathan
as we saw there.
instead of Eaton.
Eaton.
Now it's just Nate.
Yeah, just Nate. Nate Lang.
Nathan is sort of a crunching together of Nathan and Nate. Nathan.
Nathan, yeah.
And also, I think I guess Nate was on the play there.
Yeah,
That Blood Moon just got
played,
him,
yeah,
yeah.
he played that swamp and never did anything else. Feels bad.
Right. He didn't find the lands he needed. That seems
Nate-
like
Nate is
a
your
risky
trooper?
keep. A
Um,
one-lander.
I don't know. Jason Morgan did that same thing to me the other day, and by the other day I mean like 6 months ago. But he kept a 1-land basic with a swamp and like 2 street rays, and it did not work out for him.
Right. Like a one-land in Death Shadow is not unheard of at all, but
But
when
I
it's just basic swamp, it seems a little like even
Yeah,
if it's basic island.
well, if it's no, if it's basic island, I think you're fine because you still can trip in.
Right. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, and certainly if it's just 1 fetch land, that's totally fine.
Right. Because you can get whatever
Um,
you need. But just swamp,
yeah,
just basic swamp is
just
probably
swamp is tough.
the worst.
Did he have both street rays in hand,
Opener.
or did he draw 1?
I'm
I'm not sure.
not
how
sure.
many
He may have
tripped.
only cycled 1 street wraith, to be honest. I'm not sure.
I know I'm pretty sure he cycled 2 at the beginning of the game, but I'm not sure if it was he had both in his opening hand or just 1.
Yeah. So I think Joey maybe is taking a mulligan here. Which the Skred deck really wants all its cards. When you're built around like 1 key threat, mulliganing definitely hurts, especially against Death Shadow.
Yeah, and your only real card selection is your scrying cheats. It's pretty bad. So All right, let's see if Joey likes this one any better. Yep, he'll scry to the bottom.
And we are off to game 2. So Nate definitely with some more lands here. I see at least 2 already.
This looks like a very powerful hand
Yes.
from Nate. Looks like he's got a Shadow, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Shadow, Fetch, and then one other card.
That
Oh,
is
but
definitely what it
double
wants to be.
relic is okay.
Ooh,
Guttural
the
Response.
Guttural Response and a
Ooh.
Blood Moon, although he is only on 1 land. Yeah, we're reading that one. So Guttural Response is a red-green Pyroblast, essentially, but it only counters blue spells.
Yeah, it doesn't destroy any blue permanents,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be. Ooh.
That would be great.
Powerful.
We need that card in Modern.
Oh, and it's only blue instants. It can counter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that is. It can counter Opt or Thought Scour, but it's probably strictly in there for Stubborn Denial.
Yeah.
Seems very unlikely you'd want to just counter an Opt. And Nate is just going to take the Blood Moon with the repetitive copies of Relic here. That makes sense.
So this hand seems good for Joey, but it's got a lot of air in it. You know, it's gonna take a lot of mana to actually use these
Right.
relics and crack them and draw cards with them.
Especially
And
only with 1 land.
Nate,
You're gonna
and
need
Nate
to
is
crack
on the
'em.
shadow draw, not the. Oh, did I mistake? Is that double Inquisition, not Inquisition Shadow?
No, he definitely has a Shadow.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it is.
And it looks like he's going to go with the Inquisition here. He also has a Street Wraith he could cycle. Instead, he's just going to pass the turn. All right.
Street
So-
Wraith is actually not a bad threat in this matchup.
Well, sure. The unblockability is not relevant.
No, but
Wow.
5 mana 3/4.
That's
is
interesting.
just
So
fine.
would you play your second Relic there, or would you instead just cycle it and try to hit your second land? Because Joey decided to just play his second Relic.
Yeah, you probably want to cycle, try to hit that land.
I mean, double Relic is pretty good. You know, it'll keep the Delve creatures in check for certain, but we know that he's on the Death Shadow draw.
Hey, thank you, Timothy Gager, for subscribing. Timothy, did you know that your last name is an anagram for Rager? So I hope you had
No,
fun.
it is- no,
hope
it
you
is
had
not.
fun in college. Is it not?
No, it had 2 G's.
Oh, darn it. Well,
He tried,
Yeah, I
but
tried.
we appreciate your
I tried.
subscription nonetheless.
The capital G was really throwing me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. Joey would have loved to cycle that relic just to try to hit his land drop. I mean, if we find out there's not a land on top anyway, it won't matter, but I
Sure.
think that's almost certainly the right play. I mean, 2 relics is not getting you much of anywhere, unless you're just terrified of the Delve threat.
Right. So Nate's hand. Well, Nate also has Snapcaster in it, as well as Lingering Souls. But he's going to lead with Inquisition here. So this sees 2 legal targets: Guttural Response or Eternal Scourge. Of course, he's going to take the Guttural Response, as Joey is very far away from casting anything else. This is where the lack of card manipulation, that we talked about, really affects Skred.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. You're just
you just sit there and hope.
yeah. Just a pawn to the draw.
And Nate here can either cast. Well, I think he can cast Death Shadow for certain. He doesn't have quite enough mana to cast Angler yet, but
Yeah, I wonder if it's not worth playing out. Oh, he has a Street Wraith, right?
no, he already cycled that.
Oh. Yeah, I wonder if it's. Is he going to 7 or is he at 10?
I think he's going to lower 8. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm not sure you'd want to play out Shadow on 3. Just for fear of Bolt, but.
A Shadow on 5, pretty strong and also a very good clock.
Shadow on 6.
Oh, he was at 7. Okay. Oh, and Joey did top deck the Bolt, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna cycle or use the ability of our Relic. He did find a mountain.
We did get a mountain, so that's things are not over. They seem kind of over, but they're really not. Sort of like the first game. I mean, Joey has some outs here. For one, Blood Moon would be fine, but Nate does have stubborn hands.
True, but he also has to deal with the
So-
6/6 Death Shadow.
Yeah. I guess Joey doesn't have a good answer. Joey can't put a creature in front of this to stall us out the game. Well, there's one. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you can cast that every turn.
Yeah, you can do that forever. I just don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah, I was like, in my Naya deck, I think to myself, well, he put a Shadow out, but if I just play a Voice Resurgence, I get 2 free turns of blocking to try to dig myself out of this. But Eternal Scourge is like, that's like Voice Resurgence on steroids.
All right, so Nate has a Lingering Souls in hand, but he decided not to cast it this turn. I think that actually might have been all right here. It does get tagged by the Relic, but the 2 flyers is one of the only ways that can beat Eternal Scourge, really. Like, you you can't really attack through it with Death Shadow.
Yeah.
Well, he found Koth, but he's just going to decide to replay the Eternal Scourge. And interestingly, the Eternal Scourge can actually team up with this Lightning Bolt here and take down the 6/6 Death Shadow, assuming Nate doesn't find another
yeah, that's probably worth it.
another fetch land. But it does. Nate does have the
you'll
the
get blown out by
Niles,
Stubborn.
yeah.
But if Nate like taps out for lingering here,
Right. Oh, there's Storm Breath.
Yeah, this game is yeah, Eternal Scourge, hell of a card against this Shadow deck. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they literally just can't deal with it. All right, Nate did find another land here.
Yeah, another fetch is big news because now he can play
Lingering
Souls and hold up Stubborn.
Nile,
yeah. I think you get a basic Swamp and try to preserve your life total here. Basic Swamp, play Souls, hold up the Watery Grave. So I don't think you want to. Okay, yep, there you go. I think going to 4 is kind of dangerous.
Now, one drawback from Nate or Joey having to exile his Eternal Scourge every turn is that he hasn't been able to keep Nate's graveyard under control. So it might be that Nate is able to cast his Souls next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about Double Relic. Double Relic is really not redundant for this deck.
Right. You have one for yourself and one for your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. This might be one of the only decks where that's really a thing.
I wonder if Joey just bolts his Spirit here. Yeah. Oh, he's bolting Nate.
Yeah, I think you bolt Nate.
Oh, sure.
Well, I don't think you wanted to do it now because that'll make his... That makes it a 1-turn clock, right? No, it's not. Does Nate Stubborn this?
I mean, if he doesn't, he dies to another bolt, but I mean, he does have the Stubborn for that as well.
So, are you just bolting here and then hoping to top deck a land and drop Storm Breath?
That would be...
Is that the play?
Wow, Nate let that resolve. So, yeah, actually. I mean... Oh, and it's pro-white, so even the Souls can't block it.
Yeah.
Instead, Joey drew Molten Rain, so he's going to have to wait at least another turn. But you're right now. If Joey ever finds...
So Nate did not Stubborn?
No, Nate did not Stubborn it.
So Nate's at 3.
Yeah. And if Joey ever finds a land, he just wins. Because
yeah, I mean...
Nate can't remove Storm Breath Dragon.
No, unless Nate draws a Dismember.
All right.
Or Terminate, but...
So in with the team. You know, Nate probably kept those Stubborn Niles thinking whatever threat Joey has, I can just counter that instead of, you know, this one. But Stubborn Nile does not counter Storm Breath Dragon.
No.
And Lingering Souls do not block Storm Breath Dragon.
No.
Man, so if you're Joey, did you just hit the trigger on the Relic here? Cycle a card.
Try to get 2 draws?
Yeah.
I think you might, though. You're also fine to just Eternal Scourge again.
Right. Oh, he didn't even...
Oh, jeez. Skred.
He didn't even hit his Eternal Scourge. That was strange. He's going to do it during his main phase. Okay. I think Joey missed his Relic activation there.
Do we Skred a Souls token here, just for fun?
You're currently at 12, so it's a 3-turn clock.
Does that change?
Yeah, it does.
1, 2. Yeah, definitely changed. Yeah, changed by a whole turn. I think you.
So probably, because if you ever get your 5th land to take out an Angler, you already win. So
yeah,
you might as well just use the Skred for.
I think Joey does crack the Relic here.
Yeah, I mean, and Storm Breath is definitely not on Nate's radar.
So let's block the Shadow, go to 8, crack Relic. Oh, he's gonna Skred.
Playing it safe. I mean, I guess he doesn't really need to do anything until Nate presents another threat because...
Yeah, but if Joey's thinking about it right, he knows he's giving his opponent more chances to draw Dismember or Terminate.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And, of course, maybe Joey thinks that my opponent's got that card anyway right now.
Right. But Nate's hand is Snapcaster, Double Angler, Double Stubborn.
Mind Stone. That's...
Now this...
Wait, you just...
He just lost. I mean, he loses if this gets countered now.
Oh, right, because...
He can't cast the...
Yeah, Nate should really...
The Eternal Scourge. He let it resolve.
I guess he had... Well...
Man, he is...
Yeah, Nate would... I guess it's hard for Nate to know. Nate would win if he...
had a bolt as well.
Nate would, yeah, if he had a bolt, then Joey would...
All right, so here's the second blue.
Okay.
Yep, block Shadow down to 6. And now, I mean, he wins though, right? He can cast Storm Breath.
Okay, now we've yeah, now we've got it, right? Nate does not have the Dismember the Terminator.
No, here's Storm Breath. Boom. Can't counter that.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if Nate just didn't think about it long enough or if he just wanted to play around Bolt. Because
I mean, he was holding those Stubborn Denials the whole game, thinking, you know, I can counter whatever threat he has.
If Nate would have Stubborned the Mind Stone, Joey could not have replayed whatever it's called.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Scourge. Yeah.
Wow. Storm Breath Dragon, and Joey missed, I think, 2 or 3 land drops there.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's the kind of game. I mean, Nate could have turned around game 1 in almost that same way.
Sure.
By, you know, shrugging off the early land misses and then playing a threat that your opponent can't deal with. That almost happened in both games, but Joey comes out the victor here.
Yeah, and the Eternal Scourge definitely won in that game. I mean, it blocked that Shadow for like 5 turns in a row. An aptly named card there. That is one of the greatest, most flavorful cards I feel like out of the.
What is?
The Eternal Scourge.
Oh, sure.
You know, like a lot of the cards from Shadows block, the newer one was were very flavorful, but that card is just so cool.
Yeah.
Such a unique. I mean, it's not actually a unique ability, as Mist Hollow Griffin has a similar ability, but the fact that it exiles itself is so cool.
Right. Yeah, I guess you can kind of do the same thing with the Mist Hollow Griffin relic deck. It's just not.
Right.
And I guess Mist Hollow Griffin's a 4-mana 3/3 flyer, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great. I enjoyed every second of that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think this match would go 2-0 in favor of Skred, but
no, me neither. It could be that this is. The more I think about it, the more I can conceive of this being a tougher matchup for Shadow, just because of Blood Moon, the Planeswalkers, and Storm Breath. But at the same time, Skred is such a clunky deck, and Grixis it's so streamlined. Like, I think Nate kind of just got a little bit unlucky there, but that was certainly interesting.
All right, so the mono red campaign continues as we see two mono red decks
clear eyes, full heart,
taking it down. So that'll do it for this game of round 2. We will probably try and go see if there is a game in sideboarding to bring on for the rest of the round, but if not, we will be back in about a half hour for round 3. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you.